Alright, so one more thing as I was playing around with this, again, I was trying to figure out how to do regressions, and really quickly you start to realize that GeoGebra is pretty powerful. It's got some really cool stuff in there. And as I was sort of poking around and looking on YouTube again for other people who have already figured out how to do this, I noticed something that could also be interesting. There's a spreadsheet function. So, of course, instead of just plotting points sort of by random, let's say you've got a set of data that you want students to plot themselves, and I'm just going to say, let's say in the A column, I want those to be the X values, and it's something like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, something real creative. I'm going to make these negative just to keep them away from that quadratic I've already got going on in the first and fourth quadrant there. So I'm going to make this -2, -3, I'm going to make it a little scattery, -5, -6, -7.5, and then -9. I don't know. Alright, so those look like X values and Y values. It's not plotting them immediately, but what you can do is the spreadsheet has some functionality. It has some, you can add formulas just like Excel or Google Spreadsheets. So what I'm going to do, this is kind of nifty, equals, just like Google Spreadsheets or Excel, and I'm going to make the A column and the B column my ordered pairs, my X and Y. So equals, so it's a formula, parentheses, and then I'm just going to click on A1, comma, B1, close the parentheses, and I don't know if you noticed this, C1 there just popped up. Okay, that point that's defined by column C, row 1, just popped up there and it plotted it automatically. Pretty cool. I'm just going to drag that down, again, like Excel or Google Spreadsheets, and there are my values. Alright, so that's pretty cool. Now, what you can do also is, in a previous video I showed how to do a list, and I typed in, I'll just double click on that, I just defined it as those points that I randomly just sort of plotted by clicking around. That's fine. There's a function here which is kind of cool, and it's called cell range. If you notice, I just started typing cell and it says cell range, start cell, end cell. Alright, this is going to create a list of these ordered pairs for you, so you don't have to, type those points in or anything like that. So my starting cell is C1. My ending cell is going to be C6. And see, it's actually storing those lists together. It's grouping them together. These points, by the way, if I don't want to see these things anymore, they're cluttering things up, I'm just going to click on this triangle and it's going to close that or collapse that. So I've got list 1, I've got list 2. Alright, so then I can just go ahead and do what I thought I wanted to do before, is do a regression. So here I want to do fit line, I think. I think fit line and fit line X, they might be the same thing, but I don't know. List of points, I'm going to type list 2, and there it is. Alright, so if you change the value here, let's make this -1 and see what that does. Alright, I think you can drag that point, can you? No? Oh yeah, I can. I can drag the point and you can see it all changing. Maybe I want to drag these points over here just to see how that changes the regression line. And by the way, I double swiped accidentally with my two fingers, and that's changing the window, zooming it in and out just by swiping up and down or side to side with your fingers. So yeah, that's pretty cool and stuff. I'm just going to move these points over here. And in that spreadsheet function, I'm not going to show that right here, but you can do functions, like you can do formulas like cell 1 + 1 or times 2 or whatever, some basic functionality. So that's pretty nifty stuff. Yeah, so that's about it, how to do some regressions. And if you're ever confused or don't know what functions are in there or how certain functions work, I'm just going to go to help, and I'm going to show you, if you go to the tutorials, that actually should give you a menu of, you can see a little word up there, commands. You can just type on the commands and it gives you a kind of a glossary of all the commands that are available in GeoGebra. So hopefully that gives you a sense of some of the things that GeoGebra can do. It's not, again, just for geometric constructions.